Hello, welcome to our FS. This is an FS1 classroom. We think FS is so important because it builds the foundation of where your children learn. Your children may not have been to school before or in a school setting like a preschool or a nursery. That's why FS1 is so important. They build on their prime areas, which are their personal, social and emotional development, how they communicate with friends, make friendship groups, how they're independent, how they are socially, how they deal with their emotions. They also build on their physical development, which is gross motor skills and fine motor skills. And then also they work on their communication and language, how they speak. In FS1, we expose children to talk for writing, and this is where we give actions to follow a story. So as they see the structure, it helps them retell a story independently. And then this is really important when we go to FS2, as students will be more familiar with story maps and they will be able to comfortably retell stories. The benefit of an FS1 class is that the children have the expectation of how to model up to FS2. So our FS1 and FS2 teachers work very well together. We are always moderating, we look at our provision together, we plan together. And so we have an expectation of how students from FS1 get to FS2. Remember that if your child hasn't done FS1, when they come to FS2, they need to refocus on their prime areas. Whereas if your child has done FS1 with us, they are ready for FS2 and have mastered their prime. As you can see here, we have a maths area. The provision is set up so the students are accessing maths, and then the activities and the carpet time provision that the teacher will change weekly always links to skills that the children will then master in FS2, ready for year. FS1 classrooms are set up so that everything is shadowed, which means that everything is in the same place every day and then things get enhanced. Our FS1 classrooms are set up so that everything is shadowed. They know where things are, so it gives them that independence. That's why FS1 is so important, and this is a skill that continues through to FS2. With growing our independence, it's all about us being confident and allowing the children to have the confidence to do activities that they physically are able to do. We also have fine motor tables as well. So at the moment, it's set up as a Play-Doh table. So they are able to get the Play-Doh out themselves, and they know that they can use the Play-Doh to manipulate their fingers in a rolling action, in a gripping or pinching action, developing their fine motor skills. And then they're using their communication and language to explain what they've made after. This is our FS2 classrooms, and as I show you the tour, you'll see the difference between FS1, where we're looking at their prime areas with hints of specific areas, and then FS2, where they should have mastered their prime areas of physical development, personal, social and emotional development, and communication and language, and now they're really ready and focusing on their specific areas. As I go through the areas, you'll see that we really focus on phonics, reading and writing, maths and understanding the world. So you will see a big difference between the two year groups. The children are writing words, reading sentences, matching them to envelopes. So it's each time the provision changes. This will always be a reading area, but every week the provision changes to show the topic. We have mark making areas. The children have learnt all their single sounds. They have learnt most of their digraphs. They would have learnt our tricky words. They will know how to use capital letters, finger spaces, full stops, how to structure a sentence and read it again to check their work. This is when children start using their knowledge of understanding the world around them, start looking at similarities and differences amongst themselves, start using role play and talking about things that they might have as a starting point for actually getting the children to know who they are as a person, and that's when we will start with a all about me topics, and also understand the area we live in, the UAE, so it's a nice link.